Poland is not a country with long traditions of coffee consumption, but that drink is also very loved here. And today I will go to the oldest coffee bean roaster in the country, where you can still have a cup of aromatic coffee. The oldest coffee roaster in Poland is located in Szczecin, and the name of this roaster is Corona 1912. Of course, my first thought about the name of this roaster was the year when it was established, but to be honest, in this year was built the building Kamienica, or the building where is located this roaster right now, and was located for the whole period. Only in 1936 the coffee business started there. Before this year, nothing connected with coffee wasn't there. To be honest, there were only stables. And what is funny for me is that when this production of coffee started at this place, it was allowed to work only for 2 hours daily, because locators of this house, they were afraid of some noise that could be from roaster, and that's why they wanted to be a little bit safe. It is funny for me because when there were stables, nobody cared about it, and in my opinion the stables isn't the best neighborhood, especially if it goes about the smell from the stables, but maybe at this time it was some different way of thinking. Anyway, almost from the beginning the roaster started to work more hours, because it wasn't so annoying for locators, and that's how this business started here. I can't say that I am a huge fan of some oldest places or some other attractions that are made mostly for tourists, because often when you come there it doesn't look in the same way as you thought, and usually you can be a little bit disappointed about that. Another minute of skepsis is about the history of this place, because why it is the oldest roaster in Poland. When it was opened only in Szczecin, in the city, there were nearly 30 different roasters. And of course, in the whole Poland, number of roasters was significantly higher. But why it is the oldest one? Okay, the oldest from the roasters that never stopped to produce the coffee, but nevertheless a lot of competitors had a possibility to be older than this Corona 1912. And I think that the answer is also in the Second World War and the period after it, because it was forbidden to sell coffee after the Second World War in Poland, but you could roast it. So exactly this place didn't stop its production, and I think that it was the time when a lot of other roasters just closed. Also, if the place didn't stop the production of coffee, the owners or administrators of this place changed a lot of times. And the last one was, I think, in 1216 or something like that, when the new owners came to this place. And I think that now it is a brand to name it and to develop its brand like the oldest one in Poland. At the same time, before this roaster was sold, the roasting machine was also sold, but to different persons, and it was exactly the same machine that was operating here in 30s, but after it, in this new place, in new Corona 1912, we have some modern roasting machines, so the history, in my opinion, is a little bit cut. Now you can buy coffee Corona 1912 in a lot of different places in Szczecin. Of course, a lot of shops has it, but you can also go to an official shop at the same place where it is roasted in this old building from 1912, where still located this roaster. You can buy some kind of coffee for you, and also you can try it here because it's a small cafe here with a very modern design, but anyway it is in the same place as it was years and years before it. And I also had a funny situation when I visited it, because I entered this place I think 10 or 15 minutes after it opened, and barista said to me that of course she can make a cup of coffee for me, but it could be only from a paper cup. At the same time, I remembered a story about Turkish coffee. It was a small video about the history of Turkish coffee, and one of the persons he said that in the whole his life he never tried even a cup of coffee from a paper cup. And here in Corona 1912, in the place that is named as the oldest one, and which is pretending to be with a long tradition of at least roast of coffee, you can come and drink coffee from a paper cup. Of course, it's not a big deal for me, but anyway, it was a little bit a funny situation for me. And to be honest, the place now looks very modern without some historical elements. Anyway, I think that this place is worth visiting in the city because when you come to another country or another city, often you want to buy something with you. Of course, it can be some souvenirs, but an option of some coffee. And I also bought a package of coffee. I think that the most basic one, the red one, traditional one from Corona 1912. I think it's a good thing to take with you, and after it you can make it at home for some period, and when you will be drinking it, you will just remember your time that you spent in the city. I think that if you will not expect too much from this roaster, it can give you a lot of good emotions and some memories that you will have from Szczecin. For today that's all, and see you in next videos.